Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Andrews reporting from Bogota, and here's a look at Colombia's top stories. Mudslide emergency in Antioquia. 15 derrumbes, as they're called, cutting off the main road linking Medellin and the Urabá region, which is where they grow Colombian bananas. Scrambled or sunny side up. Colombia has a new export, keeping the gallinas, or hens, really busy. Now Colombia will export huevos, or eggs, to the United Arab Emirates. Strike, no strike. The Registraduría has suspended its strike against the government over pay to prepare for next week's internal consults, where Colombian political parties choose their officers. Speaking of strikes, Minister of Interior and Justice Fabio Valencia Cosio says the government will not interfere with a planned national strike for this Thursday by the umbrella group representing all government labor unions. The minister called for the strike to be peaceful. School kids shakedown. Police in Pereira arrest a 13-year-old and a 12-year-old for threatening to kill a 13-year-old classmate unless he paid them 10,000 pesos a month, about $5. They also demanded the kid fork over his cell phone. The young man said he got tired of paying up and went to police. And Pico and Placa may be expanding Saturdays and longer during the rush hours. Pico y Placa is a system here, depending on the last number of your license plate, where you have to leave your car at home. It was designed to ease traffic congestion and encourage the use of public transportation. But our top story today, 10,000 indigenous Colombians in the Department of Valle are marching to Cali, demanding their tribal leaders meet face-to-face with President Álvaro Uribe. Let's get more right now on our top story. We'll send it up to the second floor, Contribuciones, and Ana Maria Hernandez is standing by with the latest pictures and information. Ana Maria?
Well, Brian, these indigenous are marching, are angry because they say the government has not accomplished the promise of farming lands, and they want also more justice to clear the murders of their leaders. These indigenous are marching to Cali, and they're right now in the Pescadero region of the Valle del Cauca department.
They arrived here in trucks, in buses from all over the country. At 8 a.m. in the morning, tribal leaders gave the order to start walking.
Let's go, let's make our rights respected, he said. Hurrah for the Tocoluco cabildo.
By midday, they were on the Pan American Highway, using the right side of the road to let traffic through. Tribal leaders say they are not concerned the government is investigating who is funding their protests, some of which turned violent last week. The government believed the protests were infiltrated by the guerrilla. Tribal leaders insist the indigenous are not terrorists.
When they accused us of terrorism, I told them I do not cover my face to take part in this march.
The crowd hoped to arrive in Cali on Friday.
Our marches have always been non-violent, he said. This won't be an exception, and it is watched closely by our guard.
So, 10,000 indigenous marched toward Cali, where they hope to be joined by a crowd of 25,000 more union members and students.
Well, as you can see in the images, the march has been peacefully until now. Indigenous are trying to meet with President Uribe on Friday when they arrive to Cali.
And Ana Maria, what is the chance that they will actually get a face-to-face meeting with Uribe?
Well, it's quite difficult because the agenda of the president is really tight and he has not confirmed the meeting yet.
Okay, RCN News in English producer Ana Maria Hernandez doing reporter duty for us today from the second floor. And the news continues. If you've been following the U.S. politics for the political election, then you know that Barack Obama is opposed to a free trade deal with Colombia. John McCain, the Republican candidate, he supports it. Well, with the polls suggesting an Obama victory, President Uribe says he has a message for the man who could be the next U.S. president, that Colombia doesn't stifle its unions. The first thing I will say to Senator Obama when he becomes President of the United States is, Mr. President, you say that in Colombia there are many restrictions and oppressions on labor actions. Here in the U.S., would you allow your justice sector to go on strike? Well, in Colombia, they were out 50 days and nothing happened. That's the first thing I would say to President Obama, said President Álvaro Uribe. He made the comment during a heated debate with the president of the CUT, or Central Unitaria de Trabajadores, over the issue of the TLC. President Uribe says he is certain the labor unions have bent the ears of Democrats in the U.S. Congress to block passage of the free trade agreement. You know what the Democrats tell me, said the president? If you can make the biggest labor unions in Colombia unblock the deal, then the U.S. labor unions will stop their opposition to the TLC and it will be approved. It's blocked for politics, period, said the president. Mr. Uribe believes the big labor unions have been infiltrated by radical ideologists, he says, and this is why they are against free trade with the U.S. No, I'm not a radical, says the president of the CUT, Tarcisio Mora. The president responds, I hope you're not. La Meteo, that's how we say the weather forecast. Here in Colombia, we begin in San Andres where there's rain moving over to the coast. If you got a vacation coming up in Cartagena, wish I had better news for you, but it looks like we got thunderstorms there, also thunderstorms in Barranquilla, Valledupar, Santa Marta checking in with showers, Rio Hacha, the La Guajira Peninsula checking in with storms this afternoon. Let's look at Cucuta. The sun is better along the Venezuelan border, ole ole toche, as they say there. Bucaramanga, the land of the Bumangues. They actually have some sunshine today. In Manizales, if you are in Chipre, it's a great day to see the mountains through the clouds. Same story down in Cali, sun and clouds in Buenaventura, in Popayan, and in Pasto. Way down on the Pacific coast in Tumaco, where the sand on the beaches are black and the people are so nice, we have sun and clouds. As we make our way into the country's interior, Florencia, sun and clouds today, and then down into Las Amazonas, well, it's looking like it's going to be a mixed bag. We have a little bit of rain, a little bit of sun, and way down at the bottom of the country, Leticia, where they make you get a shot in your arm before you get on the plane, just in case you're bitten by a mosquito. Looks like we have sun and clouds. You know, about an hour's drive from Bogota is a place called Nocaima, and all this week on RCN News in English, we are bringing you the best of Nocaima. This morning, we took you on an adventure through the streams and the canyons of this special getaway, which is just outside of the capital. Well, in our Wednesday morning edition, we are going to take you Barranquísimo. No, we're not going to Barranquilla. Don't worry, the costeños are okay. We're actually going rappelling. This is how you say rappelling in Spanish, Barranquísimo. So make sure you join Ana Maria Hernandez, our producer, and Oliver de Iglesias, our intern, as they continue their tour of this very special place. Also, right now on our Facebook fan site, you can actually see some of the photos of their Nocaima trip. You can find us on Facebook by searching for RCN News in English. I'm Brian Andrews reporting from the RCN News Center in Bogota. We're going to leave you today with a look at the Artbo exhibition happening here in the capital city. It's a huge show promoting new and unknown talent. This is RCN News in English, and we're bringing Colombia to the world.
Es mi destino y lo quiero descifrar. Pretendo perseguirlo con fuerza y decisión. Creyendo en el amor voy a ganar.